That's right, folks. We've got another victim. Microtech, MSI Desert Warrior exclusive. Let's see. Will it cut? Hey, Isaac. We were just asked by Josh if we could do will it cut test on our new Microtech exclusive Desert Warrior. I don't think he knows what we're capable of. Let's get started. So we want to know if it can hold up to just normal everyday accidents, like maybe you just yeet it down a 20-foot flight of stairs on accident. Let's see if it'll hold up. Okay, well, the blade opened in the middle of it tumbling. Kind of scratched up the blade a little bit in a couple of different places. Hit the tip, but didn't chip it. You can see some concrete marks on the backside there. Got a little bit of a mar right there on the back side of the handle and on the front side right there. Still functions great. All right, so we wanted to get right at it. We're going to put this thing through its paces. The first test we're going to do is with paper. Everybody wants to know how sharp these things are right out of the box. I'd say that's pretty sharp. So let's continue. Next up, it's going to be linoleum, floor tile. This is not peel and stick, but some stuff we picked up from Lowe's. You've seen us cut it before. Let's see how she does against that. I say this is a great blade shape for doing these kind of tasks. So nice. And that was after that tip got boogered up, falling down the stairs. So yeah, not too bad. I'm actually going to do some genuinely surprised at how quickly that went through that. I mean, I shouldn't be, but next up is going to be the rubber mat. Let's check it out. This is just way too big of a piece to deal with. I need something smaller. Nice. Yep, that's smaller. That's easier to deal with. Get that out of my way. We'll do a cut like this, and it just melts through that. That's actually, I'm feather sticking with a rubber mat now. That's impressive. I like that. We've got shards of rubber mat everywhere now. And on the knife. Good thing I'm wearing gloves because I just closed that on my finger. It's kind of hard to flick open with gloves on. I was getting, mainly because these gloves are a little bit big on me. Next is going to be shag carpet. Got a piece of shag carpet here. Let's cut it right down the middle right there. Oh yeah. Yeah, it cuts it. Cuts it. Now I've got carpet fibers all over this thing. Oh, it cuts it really nice like that. Wow. That's impressive. That's impressive. Let's keep going. So next up, we've got some heavy-duty tie-down strap, nylon strap. Pretty heavy-duty stuff right here. I'm guessing probably the most common cut would be with it doubled over like that. And we're just going to do a push cut, obviously, away from our body. That tip just slipped off that edge right there. Man, that was easy. That was really nice. Super clean cut right there. We were told at the beginning of this that there are certain things we probably shouldn't do because of how thin this blade is. Probably shouldn't put it through the same test as we do our fixed blades that you'll see up on the wall behind me. Most of these behind me have been victims of our torture testing. So we figured, what the hell? Why not? That cut through there pretty daggum clean. Next up is going to be what I would consider a very common everyday use for a knife like this, and that would be cutting rubber garden hose. So let's see how she does here. Again, I think most people are going to do a pull-through cut on this one. So let's see how she does. That popped through pretty easy right there. I am really liking how this thing is doing and holding up really well. That's still a really sharp edge right there. Let's see about PVC. This one we're gonna have to get. This is not gonna be a very common test. This is not what you want to do PVC with. Although I am gonna do something that I would probably commonly do. It's not the right way to do this, but when you're doing PVC joints, I always usually like to clean up these edges because you don't want that stuff right there once you end up sawing this PVC to length. You don't want that stuff to end up in your pipes, possibly end up helping a clog along there. So what I like to do is I just usually take my pocket knife and I come in and I just ream out this inside edge, just like that right there. Get all the burrs off. I go around the outside and do the same thing. Just kind of lop those burrs off right there. Make it a little bit easier when it goes to fitting those PVC joints together. That would be the more common use, but we're actually going to drive this thing through. So we've got a pine wood stake here. I think this one we're probably going to give feather sticking a shot. I don't know how it's going to do as far as feather sticking goes with how we've already marred up the blade, but not bad. I'm getting some nice little kindling pieces off this, so for a nice little folder action, I'd say it's not doing too terrible. That and my feather sticking skills have not been practiced in a really long time, so you've got some nice, really fine pieces right there for some kindling, if you need to. Next up, we've got something that's going to be a little bit tougher. We've got a piece of red oak right here, and you can see we've done some feather sticking on it. We could even try to do some feather sticking on this one. Oh yeah. I keep cutting them off. Get it down here, yeah. Ooh, that blade's grabby. So yeah, get some nice little fine feather sticks in there. And tell you what, why don't we just go ahead and baton through this? I want to make Josh cringe. That's a long piece to baton through too.
Maybe an assistant can come hold it for you.
I don't want to put him through that. All right, we ready? My blade's slipping back. I'm losing. There we go. Now let's chop it in half here. That was satisfying. So that is clearly not the intended use of a folder like this. The important part of this is proving that it did hold up to that, and it held up to being beaten. And let's see how she functions now. Yeah, that lock's not failing. So the intention with all of that, there's been some people saying on the internet that the locks fail, the locks aren't safe. The intention was to show that these hold up. The new ones are really, really good. And this is another test that we can do. I've got my fingers out of the way and I've got gloves on, and I'm not advocating that anybody try this at home, but still functions flawlessly. So I don't know any real world scenario where I would actually hit this thing against the lock mechanism that hard under any circumstance, and this thing held up to it. Let's keep going. I honestly don't think we should do all the cable that we normally do.
Let's just try.
I'd say let's do the first two. All right, so now we're getting into the stuff that Josh, I think really didn't want us to do with these knives. But we think it can hold up to it. We're gonna do, this one is a braided, really picture wire, something like that, something to hang. Pretty heavy stuff on the walls right there. So you can see it's braided, pretty heavy duty. I want to say this is rated to 75 or 100 pounds, something like that. I don't remember exactly because it's been a while since we got it, but we're gonna give this a shot right there and see if we can put this sucker through that. That was not even like my actual swing. That was just my tink just to make sure I was online. This is going to be the next cable up. This one's a little bit smaller cable, but more tightly wound. And actually rated, I think, to 150 pounds, something along those lines. Maybe 200. I don't remember exactly. But we're going to give this one a shot now. Jesus. You think we should do it? I don't know that this is such a great idea. We weren't actually going to use this cable. This one's going to be like heavy duty, like 1,000-pound cable right here. And this is the one that always proves to be an issue based on how we conduct these tests. You can see the marks here in the board where this cable has gotten lodged into the board while we're trying to drive a knife through it. I don't know. This is gonna be tough. But with how easy it went through the other two, I guess we're gonna do it. Isaac says go. So. We got the cable stuck in the board again. That's the tough part about this test with this really heavy duty cable here, is that the cutting board is so soft. Like we've cut into that board with the entire blade at this point. I'm not gonna lie, that's probably the easiest time we've ever had going through that cable. I don't recall ever doing an M390 blade for our Willet cut. So Results speak for themselves, folks. Let's see what else we got here. Sheet metal is going to be difficult because we're talking about a sheep's foot blade here. Usually, I'd say with pretty much all the knives that we've done our willet cut with, we've had very sharp points. So trying to drive this through right off the bat is going to be difficult. I'm going to go right here. Ready? We got through it. Oh, look at that. Clearly not a typical use for a folder, but I'd say that did pretty good, cutting through thin gauge sheet metal right there. So Josh only said he didn't want us busting it with bricks and shit, but he didn't say anything about busting bricks with it. Here goes nothing. Ooh. So the point of the brick is to bring every knife to its breaking point. However, this one is still completely functional. We did chip the blade just a little bit, but that's kind of to be expected. I honestly expected that to happen way sooner. So that gives us an opportunity to reprofile this because, I mean, this is a really, really thin blade. We're talking super slicey, especially as you get down to that edge there. So I got to say, I am very happy with how this turned out, and everything on it still functions phenomenally. It is still not coming unlocked. I don't know what more you want to see from the durability of that lock. We just literally chipped the blade, and this thing still locks up great. So this thing performed flawlessly, and now we're actually going to use our new Work Sharp Ken Onion with the blade grinding attachment, and we're going to do a reprofile on this thing. Show you what that is capable of as well. So that gives us the opportunity to use our new Ken Onion from Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener, as well as the blade grinding attachment here, and show what they're capable of as well. So these things are really going to show us what they're capable of, not only for sharpening with the knife and tool sharpener, but also the blade grinding attachment, getting that angle back, and reprofiling a blade if you need to. We might do a handful of knives with this thing because we've got several that have been beat up. But also, we're going to roll in some clips here of Isaac and I using this knife in some more real-world applications. I've got some of me cutting apart a horse halter. We've got some zip ties and some oil bottles. So some real-world applications of this thing. Hope you guys enjoy that. Hope you guys have had a lot of fun. Let us know what you think about this knife now and whether or not you're going to get one, because I'd say this sucker held up pretty daggum good. So I'm really satisfied with it. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Folks, in the next few days, you're going to see how we got this blade back to good. Now, we absolutely did a number on this in our Willet cut test. We got it back to good. You're going to see how it was done. And I'm just going to prove it to you right here, right now, with Isaac's paper cut test. Woo! That thing turned out super slick right there. So you can see this is the same one that we beat up. You can see the marks on the blade there. We got this blade edge back to good, and all done with the Ken Onion Work Sharp Sharpener and blade grinding attachment. So really, really good stuff from Work Sharp. We're going to show you how it all works in just a few days. So stay tuned for that video and let us know what you think about it in the comments down below. And if it cuts, carry.